So finally, we're getting to our sample questions. Now notice I'm starting at number 5 because 1 through 4 had to deal with basic ones that you can find in section 2.1. 2.2, we're going to be doing questions 5 through 9. So we have 5 questions to go through. So if you can kind of figure that out, 9 questions is almost halfway through a unit. Each unit test has 20 questions. So I have to give you 20 questions before I give you a full unit test. So just be aware that we're almost halfway through the unit. We're at 45% done after I give you these questions. So these are all the solving. So you know, when I see that equal sign, draw that line, left to right. Let's look over here. Got a set of parentheses. So we're going to distribute to get rid of this parentheses on the left. 3 times A is 3A. 3 times 2, positive times positive, will give us a positive 6. Do we have any like terms? Coefficient, variable, constant. Done. Now we're going to focus on the right-hand side. We're going to distribute not only the number, but its sign. So 4 times A, 4A. 4 times negative 5, positive times negative. Look at your tic-tac-toe board. You should get a negative 20. Coefficient, variable, constant, we're done simplifying, no match. Labeling, notice we have A's here, we have A's here. We told you, when you have A's on both sides, look for the side that has the larger or the higher coefficient. So a positive 3 compared to a positive 4, this is bigger. So this must be constant. So instead of moving the 6, because it's a constant, it gets to stay, we're going to move this A. And remember, the coefficient is married to the A. You can't separate that until you get to the divorcing step. And we're not at the divorcing step because you have to move everything to the appropriate sign. So the opposite of a positive 3A would be a negative 3A. Remember, it's a balancing step. Whatever I do to this side, I have to do to the right-hand side. These are additive inverses because they're the same items but opposite signs. These are not inverses, additive inverses, because they're not the same items. But they are different signs, so you can subtract to get 1A. 4 take away 3 is 1. 4 players versus 3 players. This has more players, so that's why it's a positive 1A. This is a constant. This you bring down. Remember, variables with variables, not constants with variables. Now that we have this as the constant side, A on the variable side, we're going to have to move this 20. Remember, when you move, you might have to move more than one item. So we move the variables to one side, but now we have to move the constants to the other. So the opposite of a negative would be a positive 20. These cancel out since they're additive inverses. And then a positive and a positive, since they're both positives, same team, add 20 players versus 6. You know team positive wins 20 players. Now here, it's up to you. Some of you will realize that 1A is the same thing as A, because 1 times A is A. So you might have realized you have your final answer. Others might say, nope, I have a coefficient. How do I get a coefficient? Get rid of it, divide both sides by 1. So 1 divided by 1, they cancel out, just be A. 26 divided by 1 is 26.